Hi friends, today we're doing a walkthrough of All's Will That Ends Excel. I apologize for that accent. It's the latest case put out by the UK FMWC branch, a brand new edition this year. I'm really excited for the competition next month. If you haven't signed up yet, there's a link to the sign up page in the description. This is a Shakespearean themed case with not just a little British flair. If you want to learn how to solve this in under 10 minutes, watch right now. Okay, straight away I noticed that there's a lot of colors, a lot of things going on, a lot of background images and different fonts and stuff. So my first step is just to make this more clean to my eyes. I'm going to remove all the images and just do some general tiny cleanup. This is clearly some sort of data setup that we're going to need. So we're going to turn this into a table, relabel some column headers for easy referencing. In this first level, we're just going to use that table that we just set up to filter on a couple different columns here. We want the acting style to be whatever's given, and the voice frequency has to be between the min and the max. So it's just three simple filter conditions. And that's a mistake right there. It should be max is greater than or equal to 229. So when I input this, look, there's three answers instead of one. But as soon as I fix it, boom, one answer. I thought of two different approaches to this. One is just to go character by character using a sequence map, so I can get the number of each character, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, etc. By using sequence, and then I can check if it's odd or even, and if it's odd or even, check if it's X or O. Another way to do this would be to just separate the strings into only the odd characters and only the even characters, and then you could do a check for each one of those if they're X or if they're O. It's all the same to me, I think. Now that we have the values, just add them up. This is literally the first time I've ever had to use the LCM function. And it's good that I knew it existed, because if I didn't, I'm sure I could figure out a way to solve it, but it wouldn't be nearly as quick. But since I was familiar that there was an LCM, again, a little bit of distraction in the background, so clean up the noise, so to speak, so I can try to just focus on the data. My approach for this one, and this has been something that I've done somewhat regularly in the recent past, is when you have different cells with delimited strings, I'll often join them up together first with the same delimiter, only then to split them up. Yeah, that's a convenient way to work with this data. Fortunately, I have the group by function. If you don't, this problem would be a little bit trickier. You'd have to use a let and find the unique characters, but since we have group by, I just use that, and then I drop the first column and see how many values equal to 2. This is a fairly common type problem. I remember first seeing something like this in This Sheet is a Nightmare case from 1 or 2 years ago. Essentially, we're going to indirect into the map area and then look for cells around it using the offset function. Once you have those values, then we can just do the lookup to the point values in the table, and of course make sure to return 0 if it doesn't find anything. I'm still trying to figure out if there's a more elegant or quicker way to do this, but the bonus 1 actually took me the longest out of all the problems here in this case. The way I approached this was to create a list of all of the frequencies that are being used first, and then compare that against, for each person, are there any frequencies that are not in that list? So using the VStack approach with the reduce, we are going to create sequences from the min to the max for each person, and then just stack them up in all one great big column. I almost thought about eyeballing this problem. In fact, that might be the best way to go, given the amount of time it takes to write this formula. The is number match combination is something I've been using a lot recently. This is a way to find out if one set of numbers exists in another set of numbers. It returns true or false. And now that we have all these values, basically we're looking for someone who has all trues. If they're all true, that means that every single frequency of that individual is covered by somebody else, so they're not unique. So we're going to use the AND function. So that returns 2 true values for Harry and Diarmid. And that's the answer. Again, I feel like there's got to be a better way to do that. And then, funny enough, bonus 1 the hardest, bonus 2 the easiest question in the whole thing, because we've already done the LCM. We've already created the lookup condition. It's just using all of the cells from level 3 to find that answer. I quite like this bonus 3 question. It's not technically the most difficult, but it's an interesting thought, which is that, like, all of these army characters are going to arrange in a battle formation. Kind of imagine them like a marching band on the field, where they would kind of start out in one spot and slowly coalesce to word on the field. It's a pretty neat idea. Anyways, the way I approached this was just to do it like condition by condition, check for each army character. They're going to be going down in rows of 3, starting at 9, so 9, 12, 15, 18, etc. And as long as you anchor these correctly, and then lastly enter a condition of empty string. Copy and paste, and you've got your answer, which shows up as FMWC UK. My goal in creating this video is to help people level up their Excel skills, as well as grow the world of Excel esports. If you want to help me do that, please like and subscribe, drop a comment, or check out one of these other videos.